and welcome back to Rapid Tech in 10, where we give you tech-related takeaways in 10 minutes or less. My name is Brie LeMay, back as your SoftwareOne host, and our featured guest this week is Fraser Maclean, Microsoft Alliance Manager here at SoftwareOne. Welcome to Rapid Tech in 10.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So Fraser educates our employees and customers alike, ensuring they're equipped with the right Microsoft licensing solutions and empowered to transform their business so they're productive and they're secure. Before we kick off, some of our Microsoft focused questions, like to start with a fun icebreaker question. So I'm going to do the same with you. So everyone here can get to know you a little better. Can you walk us through maybe like your perfect or ideal day? You know, we're getting close to the holidays. If you had a day off, what would you spend doing and why?
Yeah, so I'd say my most recent kind of since COVID addiction, I would say, is golf. So I would say in a day off, I normally like to kind of wake up, go to the driving range, play as many golf holes as I can, and then end it off normally with a dinner and just go to bed. It's pretty basic, but anytime that I have free, you'll find me at the golf course.
Nice. I bet a lot of our Swomies and listeners can agree that's a perfect day. Thanks for sharing. So in the essence of 10 minutes or less, let's dive right in. When we talk about the topic of Microsoft licensing, those two words used together are usually associated with other terms. I'm sure you can agree. Those being like complex and expensive and sometimes really frustrating. It's always changing. So I'm curious to know, as new technology emerges, can you talk us through what is CSP? We're hearing it all around as customers are looking to kind of migrate and move from an EA agreement, and maybe some of the reasons why a customer would opt to this licensing vehicle or agreement.
Yeah, absolutely. So CSP stands for Cloud Solution Provider. So really what the whole idea is, right, is in the olden days of Microsoft is they just saw partners as strictly resellers. So reselling the licenses. Since then, Microsoft's kind of moved forward, right? And they rely more and more on their partners to deliver services as well as support. So it's really the future of Microsoft and the way Microsoft's kind of pivoting everything. So when you're kind of considering, okay, do I want to go with a traditional volume licensing agreement like an EA agreement, or do I want to go more down the CSP path? There's quite a lot to consider, right? Where it's the first one's your commitment level. So with your EA agreement, you will be locking in for 3 years. There's a lot of rules around there about what you're allowed to do with decreasing in your commitments there. When on a CSP front, you have a lot more flexibility. So on the CSP side, you can lock in your licenses for a year. That gets you a nice cheaper price. If you're playing around with maybe a new license or a new product, you can buy those on a monthly basis. And as soon as you don't want them, you can get rid of them. So it's kind of gives you that extra layer of flexibility on the agreement, which is always nice, right? I know sometimes we buy a product, we realize in the future, a year, 2 years down the line that we no longer need it, and then we get stuck with it on the agreement. With CSP, that's something you don't really need to worry about. As well as kind of the other big piece of what you're kind of deciding between is, do you want to work directly with Microsoft or do you want to work directly with a partner? So with our CSP, we would be your first point of contact for all of your issues with Microsoft. So that means when you do raise tickets, you raise your tickets with SoftwareOne, not with Microsoft. And then so you come to our help desk. We have a large help desk that can help try and resolve your problems right there and then. If we can't resolve it, we can raise a Microsoft ticket on your behalf. But instead of you just raising a Microsoft ticket and seeing you later, we'll be with you on that entire journey to kind of until the resolution. So we are always that partner with you. And then also the nice thing to kind of note when you are kind of looking at, do I want my support with Microsoft or with SoftwareOne? Our SLAs are twice as fast as Microsoft. So with Microsoft, right, being so large, sometimes the support is a little bit slower. With SoftwareOne, we pride ourselves on having twice as fast SLAs. So we get those resolutions faster. And then another piece to kind of consider is, who do you want to be billed by? Do you want to be billed from Microsoft, where sometimes it can be hard to get answers, or you get billed directly with the partner? And again, we see the bills, we go through them, it comes from us so we can help you understand them. And then I would say really the last piece to kind of wrap this all up is, because we are your partner, we're looking to help you more. So we get better analytics on the CSP program. On an EA agreement, we don't really transact it. We don't really see any of the back end things. So it's tough for us to really understand what you're using, what are you not using? Does it make sense for you to buy this? A lot of it is just asking questions. On a CSP, we have those data sets to be, okay, you're not using this workload, but you're paying for it. Does it make sense? Can we help you adopt it? Or maybe it's something that you don't need to buy. How can we look to get you a different license that fits your needs better?
Yeah, I love that. You mentioned a few key points that really hit home around optimization, right? Making sure
Yep.
you're using what you have and you're getting the most out of it. Thanks for sharing that. So now that our audience knows a little bit about what it is and maybe why you would go to it, I want to discuss another important topic when it comes to licensing, which is security in the cloud. I know we hear that a lot as well, and it can be a tough subject. But why is CSP a great licensing agreement for those maybe looking to become more secure in the cloud or just having questions around, is it secure in the cloud? As we're getting started, maybe talk us through that.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same story there, right? Where we're partnering with you on this whole journey, not just kind of selling you anything. So with CSP customers, we get notifications around security breaches. So instead of you just kind of being on your own and relying on your own IT desk to pick those up, we also get those notifications saying, hey, there's some sort of support here that doesn't make the most sense, or there's some sort of activity here that might not be the correct, like doesn't look like it's a good user. And then we get those and can pass it on. So it's like almost a double check and two sets of eyes on it at all times. And then as well as we can then see, okay, it looks like you're getting these notifications about maybe it's a malicious user. You're not adopting this workload on the security because we have that analytics. So we can really see start to finish. Okay, we get the notifications. We can help you try and resolve them with a support ticket. And then also moving forward, maybe why this is happening is you haven't adopted the Microsoft security workloads that can maybe stop this. And then we're part of that journey with you to help you with that. And part of the CSP program does come with a basic sort of level of support. There's always additional add-ons that we can look to add. And one of the nice pieces that you can always look to add on to your CSP contract is we do manage 365 security. So again, if you want to take it even further, then we can always partner with you even more, and you get that extra level of support there. But it's really all around SoftwareOne's here to partner with you. We get more notifications. We really are almost like we are a customer with you. So
Yeah.
it's really just that level of partnership.
Love that. Well, you all heard it here first. We are here to partner with you and help you through this sometimes very complex journey. Thank you so much for the time today. Really appreciate you hopping on and chatting through some key takeaways when it comes to CSP and Microsoft licensing. As your host, I'm extending a big thank you to all of you for tuning in to SoftwareOne's Rapid Tech in 10. To learn more about Microsoft licensing and to understand the best options for your organization, get started by visiting our website. I will also link some helpful links in the comments below, and make sure to follow us on YouTube for more exciting tech content and from your friends in tech at SoftwareOne. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Thanks, Fraser.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.